Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Welcome back, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, before we even move forward, you know who I am, but today's not about me. It's not about me. Today is about Chef Dane Brevoort.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, dude? Good to see you again. Thank you for being back, man. You have a rich voice on the radio. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. It's fantastic. How's your day going? How's school? I see you're rocking some Voodoo Chef
absolutely
gear here. Huge shout out to Eric Youngs.
Day off.
Really?
Yeah, it was a teacher work day, and I said, no, I'm not going.
You skipped school.
I did.
See, you too can skip school. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. That is so funny. Well, fantastic. How was your skip day?
It was good. I enjoyed myself.
What did you do?
I had lunch with my wife, who did go to school.
Fantastic. Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you go to school to have lunch with her?
Yes, I did.
So you didn't work, but you still went to school.
Yes, I went, instead of going to Lyman, I went to Winter Springs. So.
Gotcha, that's awesome. So. Well, that's why. So you still went to school?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't skip school. You went to a school.
I skipped my school.
You skipped your school.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
Yeah.
You get one every year. It's good to see you guys tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And welcome back, everybody. I know right now you guys are probably like, are you guys live? Yes, we are live. This is the very first show back after 2 months of Kitchen Killers hiatus, our first public show back. It was very interesting. We had the anniversary party. You were there. Thank you for joining us on August 11th.
A lot of fun.
We came back live last Wednesday for our Patreon show, which was October 11th. But this is our first public show back. So we're kicking off season 7 with Chef Dane Brevoort. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of changes happen in your life. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Running some things.
Yeah.
Making some things happen. And you're going to be here this Friday.
That's right.
And we're kind of bringing all of that together today. We're going to chat about the menu on Friday because you're going to be in the kitchen, not just by yourself, but you're bringing a guest.
Yeah, I got a former student of mine, Anthony Vivona.
Vivona. I can't wait.
Competed for me for 2 years.
Nice. That's awesome.
on the culinary team with Winter Springs High School.
Nice.
And he also competed with me for Voodoo Bash earlier this August.
He competed with you?
Yes.
Nice. So you guys are just working together on the whole thing?
Yeah.
Nice. And what was your role? Were you the guy? Were you a coach? Were you a leader?
No, we were working together.
Okay.
I put together the menu, and then he came on the day and came over to Tampa, and we rocked it out.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
And you guys had a lot of fun. And the Voodoo Chef, was that the best burger that we were looking at, the burger competition? Yeah. Dude, I saw Anthony's entry was fantastic. It looked delicious.
Well, we worked together on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was both of us.
It looked really good. So let's chat about that for a second. If I remember correctly, I'm sure there's photos somewhere, which we're going to try to find. But what is the affiliation with Voodoo Chef? I see you're rocking the logo there. We have the pig jig coming up this Saturday. I'm going to see Eric.
Yep.
And then the Voodoo Chef Burger Competition. Was that a Tampa thing? Was it a Central Florida thing? Like, how did that all go down?
It was held in Tampa, Florida. It was held at the Cuban Club in Tampa over in Ybor City area.
Ooh.
And it was a lot of fun.
Good music.
Oh, wonderful music. And basically, there were professional chefs from the greater Tampa region.
Okay.
And then as well as Chef Adam Eflin and myself coming over from Central Florida area. And then there were
Chef Adam, you and Chef Adam have crashed this very kitchen before.
Yes.
He has a fantastic beard.
Yes.
I love that, man. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So were you guys in direct competition?
Yes.
You competed with Chef Adam.
Yes.
Now you guys have worked together in the past.
Oh, last
So
7 years.
did you already kind of think you know what he was going to do? Did you have some ideas?
We had spoken before the competition, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Gotcha.
We had shared ideas and
That's
talked,
awesome.
So.
That's awesome, man. And how did it go? How did Chef Adam Eflin do?
He actually took best use of bacon in the competition.
Best use of bacon?
Yes.
How did he use his bacon?
He made basically crackling.
Really?
Yeah, as a side for his burger, and it turned out phenomenal. And I saw what he was doing right before the competition started, right before our time started, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me, man!"
Oh my God! You're
much,
like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing?"
You held out on me.
You did. You did. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Do you think he did that on purpose? He's like, I'm not going to give you all my secrets.
Well, that's a good chef does that.
Yeah, you got to hold something back. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, let's chat about this Friday because I'm super stoked. You've been in the kitchen before. Yeah. We're kicking off season 7 with Chef Dane Brevoort and Anthony Vivano. That's going to be right here in the kitchen. You guys are working together yet again. Putting together a fall menu.
Yes.
And we got some pictures for some food.
Yes.
And you guys, there's a tie-in to Lyman High School. And if you guys are in the Orlando area, the Longwood area, the Dr. Phillips area, you may just see these two beautiful faces on billboards around Central Florida. These guys are ready to rock and roll. That is Chef Dane Brevoort and Anthony Vivona. I'm going to have to... Vivona. I feel like I'm not going to be able to say it without giving a little.
gonna-
Anthony, yo, my name is this guy
Yo,
right
Tony,
here.
what are you doing?
This guy right here is Anthony Vivona. That's what's going on here. So you're going to be in the kitchen with him
Yeah.
this Friday. You guys have already worked together several times in the kitchen. You already know how each other. And there's something special, I feel, when you find somebody that you kind of get along with in the kitchen. When your
yeah.
work ethic is the same, you just find that you're not in each other's way.
It's more of a dance than anything
Exactly. And a lot of it is nonverbal.
Yeah.
You just know what's going on. You know what to look for. You know when to go. You know what's going to happen. You can kind of predict where the other person's going to be based on what they're making. And especially the more you guys work together,
Oh yeah,
the easier
absolutely.
it gets. The easier it gets.
So
So
he's a great student and
yeah, I was about to say,
wonderful.
Who is Anthony Vivona? How old is this young man?
He turned 18
Stop it.
just before the event in Tampa, and it was just before or just after, but I can't remember. But
So he's 18.
yes, just turned 18. He's a freshman at Valencia College in their culinary department over there.
Get out of here.
A stellar young man.
So he's young and he's making some moves.
Yeah.
Wow, you really see him. I mean, he's already gone pretty far at 18
Yeah.
years old, competing in competitions like he's competing
Oh,
in, and he's kicking some butt.
He's a hell of a young chef.
Man, that is awesome. Now, I think I remember speaking with you about Anthony before. You said his personality alone, outside of him being a chef, is very unique. He has very unique personality.
Yes.
Not just your run-of-the-mill Anthony Vivonas. This is a special Anthony Vivona.
He's my apple.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where did that nickname, that's his nickname?
That started freshman year. That he picked that up as because he's a redhead. So
Okay.
So a candy apple red. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. So it just kind of stuck.
yeah.
You're like, this is what we're doing.
And now that went on his chef's coat senior year. It said Apple Vivona. So
He's like, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're doing it. And
well, I
now,
don't think he had much of a choice because I just went ahead and did it.
okay.
When the coach got in, that's what the
Like we did it.
Yeah.
Like you this is who you are.
Yeah.
So
you're
do you
Apple now.
do you think we would be able? I mean, we're friends, but do you think we would be able to refer to him as Apple on Friday night? Should
Oh,
we ask
absolutely.
his permission? Should it be like I
No, he's
heard?
Apple.
I heard. Okay, so let's just go with it.
He's Apple.
So okay, we can change the whole banner. We'll pull the campaign from Blip right now. Now, what would he be considered? He's not trained as a chef.
No.
Is he a cook? Is he a creator? Is he
He's a culinary student.
a culinary student?
He's in the college ranks now.
Gotcha. Really?
Yeah.
In the college ranks.
Yeah. He's dual certified in both National Registry and ServSafe for management.
What do you think? Has he shared with you end goal ideas?
I know he wants to start his own restaurant at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, could you see that happening?
Absolutely.
He seems
100%.
like the way we spoke. It seems like he has the personality for it.
Oh yeah.
Like he would be able to not
has the
only be.
drive.
Yeah, he has the drive and the leadership skills.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, that's really cool. And we're gonna have both of you guys in the house this Friday.
Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And we are chatting about a fall menu.
Oh, yes.
That we're kicking off season 7 with, which I'm super stoked about. We talked a couple weeks ago. You were kind of in development. You're like, I have some ideas. I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, I was kicking stuff around, and the weather is going to change for us. It's actually
Yeah.
going to be cool this weekend.
Oh, it's
so-
cool right now, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's just beautiful, dude. You couldn't ask for better weather right now. This is the time in Florida that everybody loves.
This is why we suffer through June and July and most of August
this is
for
why we
this
suffer.
week right now.
This is why we do it. it's for this. This is it.
The 1 week we get, that's it.
Yeah,
we gotta
everything
wait
else.
till January.
I mean, I would say this. Even this weekend, I was working a little bit in the garage. From the shadow to the sunlight was like a 15-degree difference,
Easily,
20-degree difference.
easily.
In the shadow, you're like, man, it's hot, but it's okay. You walk outside within moments, you're burning and bursting into flames.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, and that was just 3 days ago. Like Florida don't play, but today, gorgeous.
All day.
This is fall. I love
our
this.
one
I love
weekend.
this level. Yeah, it's absolutely right. This is it. Enjoy it while it lasts. But it's a so yeah, we're going to be back and we're doing a fall menu, which is great.
Yes.
And we chatted a little bit about it before. We're doing a pork loin, pork roast, pork
It's going to be a pork tenderloin.
tenderloin
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
A pork tenderloin roll. So how do you prepare a pork tenderloin
I'm
roll?
going to fillet it out, pound
Okay.
it out, and then I'll stuff it, and then I'll roll it back up, tie it off with some butcher
So,
twine.
so you fillet out the loin, then you pound it, you kind of flatten it out and just
Yeah,
kind of break
just
it
a little
up,
bit,
so
yeah.
it's easier and a little more pliable
Yeah.
to do what you need. And then what are you layering in that?
I'm going to do a little apple sage dressing and roll that up in there, and then let that pan sear it, and then I'll cook it off and finish it off in the oven.
Bro, that's going to be so good. That's going to be fantastic. And we chatted a little bit about the menu, and we have some pictures of about what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Now, granted, these are from the interwebs, but this Friday you can see the real thing.
Yeah, as close as we could find.
Yeah, this Friday you're going to see the real thing. Yeah, this is as close as we could find. As close as we could find. So let's go ahead and bring this up real quick. We're going to chat about this bad boy. So this is very similar to what we're going to see this Friday night is this kind of pork roll. So it's a pork loin pounded out, and then just like you see it, but in the middle you're doing a
apple sage and dressing.
Have you made this before?
The apple sage dressing I made before, but I've never done it in a pork roll. So
are you doing it like this in the oven in one of these?
I'm gonna pan sear it and then I'll finish it off in the oven. Just
really?
Like that, yeah.
Nice,
Probably
dude.
break out the cast iron.
So, question for you: when you pan sear, because I've heard of like a reverse sear where you kind of do it the opposite way. When you pan sear it and finish it off in the oven, is the pan searing just to get the crunch and the char on the outside of it, and then the roasting on the inside in the oven is to finish the inside and bring it all to temperature?
Yeah, you want to get get a hard sear and lock in those flavors.
Oh man!
On the outside, and then finish it off in the oven. Make sure.
Okay, so that's why searing the outside, it locks in the flavors, because if it doesn't, it'll just lose everything.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you also don't want to cut into it too soon. Let it rest.
Yeah, let it rest a little bit. Well, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah. Apple and I was distracted by the beautiful pictures. Have you made this before?
I've made the stuffing before.
Gotcha, but you haven't made a pork loin roll.
I've not put it in the roll. No.
And that's what we're doing this Friday.
Yes.
One of the several items that we've got. Nice, dude.
Really
so, and the flavors, you chose those just fall flavors, like that's what it was, or were you inspired by something?
Letting my inner white girl out.
Nice. That's, oh my God. You have to embrace the inner white girl.
Yes.
We can say that. We're white. No, we're allowed to say that. That's part of it. Like that's how it works. Yeah. Like we can embrace our inner white girl. I mean, I guess it's 2023. I can embrace my inner cheetah.
Yeah, why not?
I felt like a puma before. When I was really little, I thought the shoes Puma made me run faster. Like Puma shoes, so I always wanted Puma shoes. But my parents, they were frugal, and they were very good at telling me no. I never got Puma shoes, but I always was happy if I raced somebody and I was faster than them, and they had Puma shoes. I was like, not only did I beat them with their Puma shoes on.
Nice.
So I have an inner Puma. That's how it works, Yeah. So that we're embracing our inner white girl this weekend, big time.
Especially when we get to the dessert.
Oh, we're gonna get there. So we're doing the roasted pork loin roll with apple and sage dressing. So what is the dressing? So you have are you doing crushed apple, or how are you doing this diced?
I'm gonna do a diced apple.
Really?
And then, toss of cinnamon, maybe a little sugar, and then I'm playing with
cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sweet, not savory.
Oh, cinnamon and sugar, apple sage stuffed inside a pork loin roll.
Let it cook down with some caramelized onions, and then.
Listen, did you hear what this man said? Cinnamon and sugar in the dinner, which is fantastic, in the meal, in the protein, which is a roasted pork loin roll. What's up, Christine James? Listen, right now a lot of people are probably very confused. We're actually live. People were super confused. So, short story, we have never taken any time off in 6 years. The great Commodore and I never missed a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We kept it going for 6 years straight. And after the anniversary show, the Commodore stepped away from the project, working on, rockets and education and all the other good stuff. And this does take a lot of time. So as much as it was sad to see him go, I was happy to see him be like, hey man, I'm going after this. And I love when people go after goals.
Absolutely.
Like, I'll give you a big hug, bro. The door's always open. The chair's always available. Best of luck to you, man. So for season 6, I was like, I wonder if me and my team can keep this going just with me as the front man and the team that I had. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So I was like, but I'm very determined. I was like, I'm going to push all the way through, baby. So we didn't miss a show all the way to the anniversary party. And just before the anniversary party, I was thinking it because I was already booking shows out for August 18th. Like, I'm ready to go because August 11th was a Friday. 7 days later is August 18th. I started booking right away. I had some conversations with my friends, just my family, my close people. And I'm like, yo, I'm burnt.
Yeah.
I'm burnt. And they're like, yo, you can take some time off. I said, yeah, but we've always stood on the fact that we're always streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And they're like, you can still stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just do like some flashbacks or some replays and take some time. And I went, that's a great idea. I'm going to take 2 months off, which I haven't done in 6 years. I was like, it was weird. The first week was tough. It was weird. I didn't know what to do.
A little stir crazy?
Yeah. I was standing right at the edge. I was standing actually on that side. I was standing on that side of the table at 7:05 to make sure that the scheduled program went on and was live. And I would go and I would test and I would see the audio and I would listen to it and I would make sure the video, and I would just stood there. It felt so weird. So it took me about a week to not stand at the table. I stood in the kitchen.
You get a little further away.
Then I made it to the couch last week. No, I'm back.
You're an animal.
I'm an animal. But we took 2 months off, so people were like, yo, are you guys live? Are you not live? Like, what's going on? So we had a little clip that we would play before all the shows. Yeah. People were like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? We're back, baby. And this Friday, we're back for our first Friday night. Chef Dane Brevoort kicking it off. Anthony Vivano making it happen. We already talked about the stuffed pork loin roll with apple, sage, cinnamon, sugar dressing.
Yes.
Man, it's going to be fantastic. So, man, cinnamon sugar, I wouldn't even have thought of that. So you're going to dice the apple. What kind of apples are you using?
Probably Granny Smith green.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like the bitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they cook sweet, or do they kind of keep that bitter?
They'll a little bitter, but they're also a little more hardy. They'll hold their form.
So I gotcha. So it's going to keep the texture.
Yeah.
So you get that kind of like nice al dente crunch to the apple.
That's
But
the goal anyway.
Also, there's so much water in there. It's going to pull in the cinnamon. It's going to pull in the sugar. It's
Oh,
going to pull in the sage. It's going to pull in the pork. Man, that's going to be fantastic, dude. That's awesome. So before we move on to the next thing, for those of you that are watching now and you want to know how to do it, when you have your pork loin, after you've pounded out the pork loin, you've put in all your stuff, you've rolled it up, you do some twine on it as well.
Yes,
I think we had a photo up here. I do want to show that real quick because we talked about that, and you were like, "Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and twine this bad boy up." So this is pretty much what you're gonna be doing.
It's a little sloppy, but yeah.
It is a little sloppy. Man, I like stuff it, make it sloppy. So all that string. So that is twine to keep the pork loin in its shape, to keep everything together, because if it wasn't, it would just kind of unroll and fall apart. Gotcha. So you keep the twine on, you pan sear it. When you put it in the oven, do you keep the twine on? You only take it out when you're done.
When you're done.
Gotcha. So you're gonna twine it up, you're gonna pan sear it, char the outside or sear the outside, put it in the oven, let it set in the oven, and then take it out, take your twine off, and let it rest, or let it rest first?
I'll let it rest, and then after a few minutes, probably about 8 minutes or so, then I'll start cutting into
Really?
it, and then we'll do service.
So when you sear it, what kind of temperature are you looking at with your pan?
For the pan, I want to get a nice sear on the outside, so I'm going to do probably medium high heat.
Okay. So that's why then you have to finish it in the oven, because you need to make sure internal temperatures are exactly where we need to be. Gotcha. So the outside, you want to do that. And you said earlier, sometimes the reason to sear is not, you can, like, for example, you can do whatever you want. Like, you could do the whole thing probably in a cast iron, and you can get a good sear in it, which is really good. But also, if you get your heat's too high, you're going to sear the outside real bad, and the inside's going to be raw, uncooked, or not to temperature, and you're done. But if you have your temperature too low, then you won't get the sear you want on the outside. And one of the main reasons to sear it is to lock in the flavors, lock in the juices. So when you put it in the oven, that gets the internal temperature up, and the sear on the outside gives that nice crunch, and also keeps the flavor inside the pork. And then inside the roll.
We're going to try something too. Maybe when the pork comes out, we'll see if we can't get all the drippings and anything, make a little pan sauce, pan gravy before it comes out. We'll serve that over top.
You got to be resourceful, man.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
Use everything.
That's a really good idea.
Waste not one.
Oh, man, that's going to be fantastic. One of the other things we were talking about, what's up? We got Michelle Hess. What's up, Nathan June? Good to see you. Kyle Nunez, good to see you, sir. Mama Floyd's in the house. Where there's a Mama Floyd, there's a Papa Floyd. If you guys would not mind, we are live for real. Because people would be messaging during the show, which was clearly a year ago, because my hair was like this, and they were like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And they're like, and I felt bad, and I'm like, "Oh man, this is a replay." They're like, "Oh, the Commodore," and I'm like, "Oh, it's a replay." Look how short my hair is. I'm sorry, So there's a lot of confusion. People are like, "I don't get it. You're not live. What's going on?" And we would even go into the chat. We'd go into the chat and say hi to everybody, and we kind of talk to everybody and see what's going on. So this is probably very new for people. They're like, "Wait, is it now?" Is now?
We're now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is October 16, 2023 at 7:24 p.m. We're sitting here with Chef Dane Brevoort, who's going to be in the house this Friday night with Anthony Vivano, putting together a fall menu to kick off our Season 7 premiere, which is super cool. We've already talked about the pork loin roll with apple, sage, cinnamon, sugar dressing.
Yes.
Medium high heat to get the sear.
Yes.
And then in the oven, at what temperature?
I'll probably do 365 to 370, roughly
Really?
15, 20 minutes.
Really? Yeah. So not too much longer.
Yeah.
So how long does a sear normally take in a medium high heat on? Because you got to do all the sides, or you just do top, bottom? You kind of have a.
I'm gonna get all sides with it as best I can without losing any of the.
Everything inside. Yeah. Sure, absolutely. And that would take how long?
45 minutes.
4 to 5 or 45?
4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5. So 5 minutes. Say 5 minutes.
5 minutes sear and
then 20 minutes inside.
Yeah.
20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And until it's up to temperature, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Maybe you've heard of this, but and I'm sure you have a temperature and a thermometer with you at all time. I have what's called a meter, and it's app based. So, bro, it is awesome.
Nice.
Like, you open up the app, you take the meter out, it connects wirelessly to the dock, and you can see it on your phone. So you go start cook. So last night I go start cook, and it says beef, poultry, beef. Okay, cool. Filet mignon, boop. You set your target temperature, and it tells you here's the medium to medium rare. Here's here's like medium rare. Here's the window of medium rare, the window of medium well. So you set your temperature. You put it in, you get 3 temperatures: the internal temperature, then you get an ambient temperature
around it, yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah.
Then your target temperature.
Okay.
So and the whole time it'll send you notifications.
Does it like alert you? Yeah.
And it'll say, hey, you have 5 minutes left on this cook before you need to turn it. And it shows you everything. And you can even set it. It'll tell you to pull it out because it knows how long it needs to rest to hit that target temperature. Okay. So if you're trying to have it at 145, it'll say, if your goal is 145, it'll automatically be like, take it off now, rest for 5 minutes. And then it hits that 5 minutes. Rest time is over, target temperature reached.
Well, if
and
my
I'm
wife's
just like,
listening, Christmas
man,
idea.
It is called the meter. Now, the cool thing is, like, I have a single meter, but they have a 4-pack.
Okay.
Which I just saw the other day, 4 different needles, and it's so cool.
All right.
And everything, and then it's going to send you an email after your cook is done, ask you to rate the cook. And then you can go into the application and see all of your previous cooks, everything that you've done, all your temperatures, it holds everything. All your stats is there. So it's like I have a cast iron that's made by Smithy, which was introduced by the great Commodore's sister's boyfriend, Mike. I was over his house one day, and he pulled out this beautiful cast iron. I went, what is that? He goes, it's called a Smithy. And I went, what's it called? Bought it immediately. And I cooked last night in it. I try to cook at least twice a week in it. And I've made everything from, I did standby, some shark steaks, which were absolutely fantastic.
Shut the front door.
And I did swordfish, absolutely amazing. I did chicken thighs, chicken breasts. I've done filet.
Okay.
I've done some pork chops.
Nice.
I've done some lamb. Oh man, dude, that cast iron knocks it out of the park. And with the meter, it's cheating. It's just it's totally cheating,
I'm still over here on analog, and you got all the.
Oh yeah, it'll tell you right away. It's like bing. I'm like, sweet. Now I don't leave the stove anyway. Like I'm there the whole time, just because you don't walk away from your heat, man. Yeah. But dude, absolutely fantastic. So when I think pork loin, I'm thinking fantastic. Pop that meter in there, and you can put it anywhere. You can put it in the oven, on the oven, in a grill. It doesn't matter. It's super, super cool, and it just tells you everything on your phone. It tells you exactly in real time what's happening.
That's crazy.
And I love the stats. It remembers everything. So if you're like, man, I nailed this cook, you have it. You're like, I did it for this long, at this temperature, this is what I did, this is exactly what happened, and it'll give everything to you. It's super, super cool.
Sarah,
I like technology. It's called the MEATER, meter. How funny is that? So yeah, man, super cool. So we're going to be here this Friday, pork loin roll, which I'm super stoked about. And again, 4 to 5 minutes, medium-high heat on the pan to get the sear inside the oven, depending on how big it is. Make sure you get your temperature up to, what is your target temperature for pork?
Pork, I want to go to 165.
165. So
I might pull it off a little bit early if it's carryover cooking.
Sure.
But other than that, I want
yeah. I always thought it was funny. I worked in the restaurant industry for about 10 years, and I always thought it was funny when somebody would get their medium steak and then 20 minutes later tell me it was overcooked. And I'm like, well, yeah. And they're like, why? And I'm like, it's cooking. They're like, but you already took it off the heat. I'm like, we took it off the heat, but it's still hot.
It's still hot. Yeah,
it's still cooking. I'm like, you ran out of your window 18 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's what we were calling for the servers 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. So that was one thing that I've learned, especially, it was like, okay, I hit my target temperature, but I still need to let it rest. So if I'm going for 165 and I pull it at 165 and I let it rest for 5 minutes, now I'm over.
172.
Exactly. I'm at 170, 172. Now I'm out of the range that I really wanted to be in.
Drying out.
Yeah, exactly. And especially, and pork can dry out real fast. A lot of things can dry out real fast. That's why I'm excited that you did the sear, because it keeps that moisture in there. It keeps everything inside that pork to make sure it's nice and tender and juicy and delicious. Man, one of the other things we're chatting about is we're doing a butternut squash bruschetta.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. So we're going to bring one up. Now, this is similar to what we're doing, but there's a little bit of a difference on the cheese.
Yeah, I'm still going to use a crostini, and then I'm going to top it with seasoned ricotta cheese.
What's up, Cole?
And then
bring your friends. Hello, 10 people. It's great to see you. The people are just discovering we're actually live.
Hi.
We're really live. That's right. Dane's mic is lower. He needs to speak more loudly.
I'm sorry.
See? I told you. I'm going to give you some gain. How about that?
Hey, buddy.
There you go. We're going to bring you up a little bit. Thank you, Nathan. Christine James, great to see you. Cole Watson, great to see you. Where there's a Christine, there's a Tim. There's Tim James right there. What's up, dude? And yes, we are live. Let's just do this real fast. My name is Billy Floyd. That's Chef Dane Brevoort. We are live right now. It is October 16th at 7:30. It's our first live show back, kicking off season 7, which is super cool. And then this Friday, our first Friday night here in the kitchen, you and Anthony Vivano are going to be making a fall menu. We've chatted about the pork loin already. Now we are getting into this delicious bruschetta.
Yep. And then I'm going to play with it a little bit. We're definitely going to use the butternut squash. We're going to add maybe some diced pumpkin as well, and we're going to saute that and pan sear it.
Diced pumpkin?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
And mix that all together with some herbs and spices. Let that cool, and then we're going to top
Why
that.
don't you see pumpkin served in other forms other than pumpkin pie normally?
I don't know. I've seen it in very few places. I think people are afraid to use it.
Because I think about apple. I've had apple pie. You can have sliced apples. You can have apples with caramel on them. You can just eat an apple raw. But like pumpkin's a little bit different. It's not really treated the same way as like an apple. I mean, it's a gourd.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have as much density as an apple does, where it's more hollow inside. But it's still everything from the skin all the way in is usable pulp, I would imagine. And then you can kind of use that. It's just not a practice thing. Could people do it?
Yeah, why not?
And does it? I imagine it gets more sweetness. It gets more tender as you cook it.
Well, absolutely, but it also has a very earthy flavor.
Gotcha.
But so, for example, this past week with my my students, I thought I'd give them a little treat, and they all looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Really?
Because when I pulled this pizza out of the oven I had made, instead of marinara sauce, I had a pumpkin puree laid down.
Oh, that's fantastic.
With some
What's
mozzarella.
up, Mary Ann Kurt?
And then I had topped it with some sausage.
Oh,
So pumpkin and chorizo.
Oh my gosh!
And
A
it was-
pumpkin puree,
Yeah.
delicious.
With chorizo and red onions and some basil. It was
You're just
delicious.
a mad scientist.
It was delicious. It
Yeah?
was absolutely delicious. And they looked at me like, that's not going to be good, chef. It's not going to be good. Just try it.
Number one,
Just try it.
why would I'm insulted. Why would you think I would make something for you and then ask you to try it knowing it's going to be terrible? Like, I would never do that. You know what I'm a chef. I'm Chef B.
I want them to enjoy and
Yeah.
experience something new.
Yeah.
And they all look, I don't want it.
I want to say this. I want to bring this up real quick because I saw a fantastic question. This has been a question for 6 years, and I would really like to see this come to fruition. I don't know how many pages we need or how many recipes we need, but when is the Kitchen Killers cookbook coming out?
That would be amazing.
It's been years. People have been asking us this, and we work with a lot of different people.
Absolutely.
Like one of the other ideas we had was our own Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce. So we've been working on like sauces and ideas, but we've gotten the question a lot about a Kitchen Killers cookbook.
I could get behind this.
Yeah?
Yeah. And anything you need, I can help.
That'd be
you
cool
out.
to partner up with, see what we
Absolutely.
can come up with, put a Kitchen Killers cookbook together.
Yeah,
That'd be
why not?
fantastic. I mean, you're talking about pumpkin puree pizza.
Yeah, why not?
All the peas. That would be super cool. That'd be great. What a great goal.
Yeah.
And we're at the beginning of season 7, so we have no reason to bullshit ourselves. We're at the very beginning.
Yeah. You can just sit there and how many...
You guys know what this means. I'm writing it on a Post-it note.
Once he writes it, it has to happen.
That's it. It's over. It's an obsession. But that's a fantastic pumpkin puree, chorizo. Mm-hmm. And what else was on there?
Little mozzarella, little parm, and
Mozzarella?
some basil on top with some red onion.
Mozzarella and parm.
Yeah.
You double cheesed.
Yeah. Always.
You are a madman.
Yes.
You can never have too much cheese. It's just not possible.
If I had my way, I would have used manchego, but it wasn't. I didn't have any in house in the kitchen. I was in.
Manchego.
Yes.
Manchego cheese?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a sheep's cheese.
A sheep's cheese.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's very good.
Speaking about sheep, let's talk about goat. So that's the one thing that's not going to be on our bruschetta for Friday night. Are we using a cheese?
Yeah, we're gonna use a ricotta seasoned with some Italian herbs and spices, things like that.
Ricotta and seasoned with the herbs and spices. Now this looks like it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Looks like it has a little. Is this like a balsamic drizzle? It kind of looks like.
Definitely gonna have balsamic drizzle on it. Balsamic glaze reduction.
And then what are we looking at leaf wise?
Probably just go classic. Go basil.
Yeah, so fantastic. Now, what is your classic bruschetta? You're talking about like a mozzarella, tomato, a basil.
Yeah.
Nice and easy with a little bit of oil maybe and a balsamic on top of that.
Yeah, simple.
But we're doing fall.
Yeah, we're doing something fall, something different. I wanted earthier flavors, something that would match this wonderful weather.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. And what my favorite part about this year is the fact that I get to turn my air conditioner off. That's how you know you're an adult, Dane. Let's just talk about this for a second. FYI, to all the parents out there that have children, your children have no clue what you're really going through. They have no idea at all. They're looking forward to fall because for whatever reason, pumpkins, Halloween, candy, whatever.
Football.
I'm looking forward to it because I get a lower electricity bill. Now, granted, I like all that other stuff.
Yes.
But I'm really looking forward to it is a lower electricity bill. And you don't think about this when you're a kid because you don't pay the electricity bill.
Right.
Now all my windows are open. I
Yeah.
feel like my dad sometimes. Shut the lights off.
Who touched the thermostat?
Who touched the thermostat? So, but we're bringing up a fantastic fall menu, and one of the things we're doing a delicious bruschetta.
Yes.
We're doing ragout with some Italian herbs and spices, some
Something a little
seasonings.
different, yeah.
Then we're doing pumpkin. No, we're doing sliced pumpkin, puree pumpkin. What are you thinking
For the
bruschetta?
Oh, I'm gonna dice it.
You're a diced pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
Do a dice, yeah.
And then you're doing some basil, and then a balsamic,
chiffonade, yeah.
a little balsamic. And what else were you putting on there? Because that's awesome. So we got the pumpkin, we got the chies, we have the balsamic.
Probably play around with some onions too. Saute it together.
Oh, some sautéed. One of the things I like the most about onions is their ability to absorb everything at a perfect balance. Yep. Like you put onions in there and bam, not only do they smell fantastic, but they do such a good job. Absolutely. They elevate a whole dish. Yeah. For me, there's a couple of things, the sweetness and the texture. Like I love the texture of onion, especially if it's like sautéed or pan-seared. Sure. And it just adds that extra kind of bite to it, and it just elevates the whole thing, brings it to a higher level. I agree 100%. Yeah. That's going to be fantastic, sir. That's going to be really good. I mean, and that alone is awesome. You know, not only that, but we're on top of this bad boy right here, which we've already talked about. So this is what we're looking at for Friday night, for those of you that are going to be joining us in the house. So the way that we're doing the format for the shows in the studio is we're doing limited numbers. We're going to speak to the chefs and find out how many covers they want to put together. They tell us, and then we set a private event. We send out a limited number of invitations to our closest circle, starting with our Patreon patrons. We give them first crack at it, so they can join us. And as soon as those seats are full, they're full. And these seats filled up in less than a day. It was less than a day. We put it out, and immediately we already had, I think we had 22 people interested, but people needed to check schedules and stuff like that. Next day, there were 15 confirmed. Done. Since then, I've been telling people next month, November 17th, we'll be back. And they're like, really? I thought you did one of these every Friday. Quality over quantity, baby. So we're doing one studio show a month and one traveling kitchen show a month. Okay. And every time we have a studio show, whatever chef is going to be in the house and in the kitchen, we're going to have join them just like you're joining us. Nice. But I love the fact that we got to kick it off with you. We had a great season last year. Yeah. We did a bunch of shows here. We hung out a lot. We hung out at Gasparilla's. You were here with Chef Adam. You were here with Josh. Yep. Our first father-son show that we ever had. And it was so awesome, dude.
And then all the way back in October.
Josh crushed it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then all the way back in October with Eric.
With Eric. Yep. That was oh man, that was such a fun show too. Yeah. I'm excited to see Eric this Saturday. I'm excited for the pig jig, man. It's super, super cool. You have to train yourself, your heart, your mind, your body for the pig jig.
Just don't eat the day before.
And that's the thing.
Just drink coffee.
Oh my god.
You'll be fine.
Tons of coffee.
Tons of coffee, and then show up. You're ready to go.
You're ready to go.
You gotta match Eric's intensity.
That's what I'm talking about. There's all right. So we're talking about the Kitchen Kills cookbook. We should totally have a bunch of real recipes and a couple joke recipes like pulled chicken and salmon. Short story: pulled chicken and salmon. After the 5th year anniversary last year, our crew spent the night. And they came over the next day to help clean. And we had a lot of cleaning to do because it was a huge party. It took us maybe 3 days to actually fully recover from the party. But so we had the party on Friday night. We broke what we could down Friday night. Yeah. At Saturday, we cleaned all day long until probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We started at like 6 a.m. So it was almost a 12-hour cleaning day. And we got 98% of it done. Some stuff we had to save till tomorrow anyway because there were still people sleeping here and staying here, so we couldn't do too much. But we were ready to cook, and we didn't have any food. Everything was frozen. And we had chicken that was vacuum sealed, and we had salmon that was vacuum sealed. And we wanted to thaw it out really quick. And the whole idea is to surround it with water. But in my mind, and I've done this, if you put it in like a silver bowl and you put it in room temperature water, the salmon is so cold, it just makes the water cold. Right. We needed a big body of water. And I thought, maybe we could throw it in a pool. And everybody that was with us, it was me, it was Nate, it was our crew, like it was our crew. Somehow the pool idea came up and got batted around real fast, got approved immediately. So we went out to the pool and I just threw vacuum sealed chicken and salmon in the pool. No joke, 10 minutes later, perfectly thawed and ready to rock and roll. I got the net.
Fishing out the salmon?
We fished out the salmon again.
That's fantastic.
Salmon got caught twice. We fished out the salmon. It was absolutely fantastic. Hence the pool chicken and pool salmon. So that's where that one comes from. Okay. Take it outside and throw it in your pool. And no, you got to do it. If you want to follow the recipe, you got to put it in your pool. That's it. If you don't have a pool, find a neighbor. They'll understand.
Just throw it across the fence.
You'll be like, hey, Mr. Jim, do you mind if I toss my chicken in your pool? What did you say to me?
Yeah, right.
But that would be awesome, man. Put together a Kitchen Kills cookbook. How many pages do you guys think it should be? We don't have to do anything too crazy. We could start nice and easy. 20? I don't know. How many? Is that good? We could do some photos.
Then you divide it out and do it by
Yeah. I mean, just
appetizer, entree, or
yeah.
seasonally.
Oh, that's a great idea. If we did 20 and we divided it by 4, we could have 5 things per course, or 4 things per course if we did 5. You know, so, and I mean, even starting with simple stuff like, not simple, but what we're talking about this Friday, doing the pork loin roll, doing the bruschetta, which is absolutely fantastic and looks absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm super stoked for this Friday, not only because we're welcoming it back and it's season 7, kicking it off, but the fact that we're going to have this bad boy that we get to put in our mouth, that's going to be fantastic.
That's good.
So, oh man, how do you make your choice in cheese? When you went with ricotta, why did you decide let's go with, of all the cheeses?
Basically, I wanted something that I could season very easily, and
Gotcha.
then it's spreadable.
Yeah.
So, and then we could able to cover the entire crostini.
Nice.
So-
Absolutely. And that's what the slice of bread is called, a crostini.
Yes.
Gotcha. And that's all toasted.
Yep.
Nice. Do you do that pan? How do you toast it? Do you do
I'm
oven?
going to toast in the oven with a little bit of roasted garlic.
Oh my goodness. See, you were holding out on us. You didn't tell us about the garlic. Really? So roasted garlic crostini.
Yep.
Gotcha. And then on top of that, we're going to do the
ricotta.
The ricotta with
then-
the Italian herbs and seasoning in there. And then on top of that, we're doing the diced,
The butternut with
doing
the onions.
the squash, the onions. Oh my gosh, that's going to be, and then the balsamic.
And then balsamic drizzle with some chiffonade of basil.
It's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited. It's going to be great, man. Friday night, 9:05, we're going to have Chef Dane Brevoort, Anthony Vivano in the house. And again, not only are we doing that, we have some desserts as well.
Yes.
And a lot of this, and if you guys recognize, you may even see Chef Dane Brevoort all over Central Florida, which I'm super excited about. So all over Central Florida, you may see this beautiful mug. And let's chat about Lyman. What is Lyman? How is Lyman involved?
So, towards the end of this summer, I transferred from Winter Springs High School to go to teach at Lyman High School. They have a very young program there.
Nice.
And this is a tradition for them. And they hold a pie fundraiser, a fall pie fundraiser every year.
Ooh.
So
pie.
And yes.
Love pie.
So I think we're making there's a coconut cream, pumpkin, chocolate, and Dutch apple are the 4 pies that we make.
Say that again.
It's a coconut cream, chocolate,
Gotcha.
Dutch apple, and pumpkin.
Oh my
Classic
goodness
pumpkin.
gracious. Holy smokes, dude. Now, what is this? Is this this fundraiser? How's it? Who's it funding? What is it funding?
This fundraiser goes directly back into our culinary coffers to be able to fund what we do as far as trying to build our culinary team and also to get new equipment and appliances. We're in the process of building a new kitchen on campus and elevate the level of education we have there. So
Absolutely. Nice, dude. And this is your first year there?
this is my first year there.
Having fun, doing good. Some challenging things, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
First years are always
But
challenging.
That's what it's for, yeah.
Yeah, especially when people are kind of stepping up and they're looking to up their game. You're like, all right, we're coming in. We're going to have to crack some eggs.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have to change some things up. You know, people are used to their routines.
Right.
But when you got to change, you got to change. You got to evolve. You got to figure out what's going on. So this is one of the fundraisers you guys use to power your culinary department.
Correct.
And get it involved with, like you said, equipment, just kind of elevating the level of cookery, of culinary that exists for Lyman. And not only that, but also as kind of a representative of the local area as well.
Correct.
And the other schools.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's a lot of fun. And so we're doing 4 pies for your fundraiser.
Yeah, there's 4 different pies that are available for purchase. I think pre-order starts next week, I believe.
Did they get it on the website? Like, if we wanted to get involved, how would we get involved? How would we buy your pie?
I'm going to actually, I will contact you and I'll get a post.
Yeah.
We can throw up the QR code.
Yeah, we'll chat about it on Friday.
Yeah.
That's a great
and then,
idea.
Then people can go online and put their pre-order in because we have a set amount that we want to get through.
Sure.
Because we don't want to overload ourselves or the students because
Yeah,
the
'cause
students
you still
will
have
be
to
the
make the
ones-
pies.
Yes, correct.
So you can sell all the pies, but you still got to make them all.
Exactly. So we have a set goal, and I still have to sit down and talk with my co-instructor
Nice, dude.
about what that goal is.
Gotcha. Is this the first year you guys have done this fundraiser?
No, this is something they've done, I believe, for the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Find some success in it, though.
Yeah, and I know this program. I think this is their 5th or 6th year in
Nice.
existence.
Nice.
Where I came from Winter Springs High School,
Right.
and their program was over 20 years old.
So they've had a lot of time to develop.
A lot more time to
so
develop.
this is a younger program. You're kind of coming in at not necessarily infant stage, but at 6 years.
Yeah.
Compared to 20, completely different.
Correct. It's completely different style.
Nice,
program.
dude. So you kind of get to mold the very foundation of this program. Right. Like being in at 5 or 6 is still really young.
Yeah.
That's still really young. And they're bringing somebody in who comes from a school that has 20 years of experience and 20 years of mastery and time. So you get to bring all that knowledge and all that information, all that experience to Lyman. Nice, dude.
Right.
Man, fantastic. That's been a lot of fun. And I like that you're involved so far so fast. You're like, how can we get involved? How can we push this to the community? How can we get more people involved? And you and I started talking right away.
Absolutely.
It's like, let's see what we can do here. Let's see, bring a little more attention, bring a little more focus, and then try to, and you and I talked a little bit about this last week, the people that are finding out, they're like, wait, what's going on? Wait, what is this? Wait, you're going to be on there? Wait. And then one of your former students.
Yes.
You found out one of your former students was going to be a guest on Friday night.
Yes.
What a small world.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Do you go by Chef B in the teaching atmosphere?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Always.
Nice. Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
And until they cross the stage with a diploma, they don't have a first name.
Yeah. What's your first name? Chef.
Chef.
What's your last name? B.
Yep. That's it. That's all I got.
Got to draw that line in the sand. I like it, dude. Mm-hmm. So this Friday we're doing the pork loin roll. Yes. We're also doing the bruschetta.
Yes.
What else do we have on the menu for this Friday?
And then for dessert, I'm gonna do a twist on one of the pies. Obviously, classic pumpkin pie, but we are going to elevate it in the way that is 'tis the season, thing pumpkin.
Okay.
So, but we're gonna infuse it with espresso.
You're gonna infuse the pumpkin pie with espresso?
Yes, sir.
That's a fantastic idea. Wow.
We're gonna be wired.
Yeah, we are absolutely gonna be wired. I can't wait. I'm excited. I got the pig jig the next day. I'm just not gonna sleep. I'm just gonna be eating pumpkin pie on the way to the pig jig.
Just cram it out.
Be like. That's awesome. Have you made an espresso infused pumpkin pie before?
Oh yes.
Really?
Oh yes.
Nice. Well, that's going to be fantastic. Nathan goes, I heard pie. Where? When? Friday. Here.
Here. Well, there.
Right there. We will have. I will be holding a pie right here on Friday night. It will be right here, Nathan. So you're more than welcome to join us. I think I always include you as part of the crew anyway. So you're accounted for if you wanted to come. Here's a butter on a Pop-Tart is a real recipe the masses have missed out on. Now, we could put butter on a toaster strudel. No, we could put butter on a toaster pastry. We could do that, but we couldn't actually say the words Pop-Tart. I will say this. My dad currently eats Pop-Tarts, and he will only eat them with butter. He tried it. He was like, you know what? After all this hype, let's actually try it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, seriously, man. If you get a good butter with a good Pop-Tart and they complement each other well, you won't go back. It's just the way it's going to happen. Marianne Kurt says, how about espresso infused whipped topping for the pie?
Oh, I can handle that. Yeah. Why not?
Well, that would be fantastic. I already told you I was down for this Friday. Dude, just making sure, man. Things change, Nathan. You're a very busy guy. I don't know. I imagine, but I don't want to assume. How fast have things changed in the restaurant industry? I don't know, dude. Like I told you, you're already accounted for. We got a space on the couch for you, dog. It'll be okay. Hey, Billy, I want to put my chicken in your backyard. Easy. It's definitely not after 9:30. Wow, that was personal. So now, Mary and Kurt, espresso infused whip topping.
Oh, I can handle that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you infuse something with espresso, are you actually making espresso, cooling it down, and using that to infuse it?
In the pie, yes.
Gotcha.
And I'll whip that in as well.
Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. So you'll just mix that in with the mixture for the pumpkin pie. Mm-hmm. You just add in your espresso and get that.
And let it sit. Let it kind of meld itself.
That's gonna be fantastic. And then we're gonna cook it, eat it. But on top of it, Marianne's saying espresso infused whipped topping. Now I imagine you're already making your own whipped topping, so to just infuse it with espresso is super simple.
Yeah, it's really.
We just have some more.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Now you're really wired, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's not only the espresso pie, but it's the whipped topping as well.
I have no problem getting home.
130 miles an hour.
White knuckle the whole way.
You get pulled over and be like, is there a reason you're speeding, sir? Try this pie. Next thing you know, the police is giving you an escort, and it's doing 120 miles an hour. He's like, just follow me.
Back to B's house. Let's go.
Back to the doctor. He's like, Chef, good to see you.
Yeah. Have a line of cars.
Oh man, let's see. I was reddening to a pool in the backyard. I see no problem. Reddening? What's that mean? I was referring. Maybe referring. Maybe we're gonna go with referring. Okay, we're gonna go with referring. I don't know what reddening is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we were right. It is referring. Okay, fantastic. We're on the right page. Yeah, man. So yeah, tonight filled up, or Friday night filled up real fast. Good fast. Deal. People are super stoked. We posted the menu already in the private event.
Yep.
Everybody's like done. Awesome, fantastic, yummy. All fall. We are embracing we're reaching out our energy throughout the United States, and we're bringing all the pumpkin spice white girl energy to our show on Friday night. All of it. Like genuinely, we're all going to get together in uniform methods, and we're going to offer our white girl pumpkin spice energy to the pumpkin spice gods, and the pumpkin spice gods are going to gather it all into a pumpkin.
Yes.
And they're going to deliver it to the house. So Chef Dane and Anthony Vivano will be able to embrace the full power of the white girl pumpkin spice power.
Yes.
And it's going into the food.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
It's going to be fantastic. So we're doing pork loin, we're doing bruschetta, and we're doing espresso-infused pumpkin pie with espresso-infused whipped topping maybe. Nice. And also, with that going on, there's the 4 pies. Now, that's something Lyman High School is doing. Will we have the opportunity to experience any of those pies on Friday, or are we just going to kind of talk and daydream about it a little bit?
No, I'm gonna have my pie here, as well as I believe the chocolate pie I'm gonna have that made, and then I'll also have maybe a Dutch apple as well for you guys to try.
I love Dutch apple pie. No freaking way. So we could potentially. You have to check out Friday night 905. Have 3 pies.
That's the plan. Yeah,
that is the plan. 3 pies. So we have 3 courses and 3 pies. That's awesome.
You're gonna roll me out of here.
Not with that espresso, dude. You'll be flying home.
Like Sonic.
I'll come pick up my car tomorrow.
I'm gone.
Like Sonic. Man, what a way to kick off a fantastic season 7, man. Really, really good. I kind of like taking 2 months off, because after season 7, when we come back on season 8, it'll be about the same time. It'll be fall, about mid-October. Ready to rock and roll. It's a really good season. It's when baseball starts. It's when football starts. October's a big month for baseball. Which is super cool. Big month for football. Big month because the weather's so good. And then we get to really grasp a hold of all the pumpkin spice energy in the nation and bring it together in this delicious fall menu we're putting together.
Yes, and we have to leave it with October. This whole thing where it started back in late August, that was crap.
You can't. Embrace it. Enjoy the season.
A little premature.
Yeah, exactly. You got to wait until you put your flannels on.
Yeah.
You got to wait till you get to put your hat and your flannels and your tall brown boots and your jeans on and your white fluffy shirt. You got to wait to really truly enjoy it, because if it's 127 degrees outside, it just doesn't slap the same.
Right, and it's the same thing with the all the back to school stuff. They start doing it in June now. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, no, I agree 100%. Sometimes they skip over Halloween completely and they just start advertising for Christmas.
Oh, it's already out there.
And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, easy now. It's December and you're advertising for Valentine's Day. Slow down. Like, take it easy. Enjoy the season for what it is, man. It's still New Year. Right. Enjoy the new year. Wait a minute. But yeah, now it's pumpkin spice season.
Yes.
Now we're ready to rock and roll. We kick it off on Friday.
Absolutely.
Actually, you know what? That's what's happening now. We are kicking off pumpkin spice season. We're the ones.
Yes.
We are the alpha and the omega of pumpkin spice. It's not pumpkin spice season until Friday night at 9:05 when we go live, baby.
That's right.
Then it is pumpkin spice season. You're welcome.
We declare it.
We declare it. We've declared it is official.
No.
Not yet. We make the decisions.
Yes.
Starbucks is just like, when is it, Billy?
Yes.
Chef Dane, what's going on? Is it pumpkin spice? No.
Not yet. Hold.
Oh my God. Could you imagine the doors just burst open and everybody just runs?
Looks like Black Friday.
Oh my God. Trampling each other. There's just hail bays of straw everywhere and pumpkins all over the place and just hats and flannel all over the place. Just shreds of socks and boots everywhere. Just pumpkin spice going everywhere.
Great.
We are the alpha and omega of pumpkin spice. Oh, man. Good times, dude. Friday's going to be good. Absolutely. Menu's going to be great. Really looking forward to all the food. We're going to have Anthony, who is just an up-and-coming rock star.
Yeah.
Up-and-coming rock star.
Fantastic.
And it takes a couple of different things to be this. Not only, especially if you want to do what he's talking about doing, which is creating his own line, opening his own restaurant. You can't just be a great chef. You have to be a great leader. You have to have a great personality. You have to be patient. You have to understand not only how to make food, but how to teach and run a business. Completely separate from anything to do with the food whatsoever. Staffing and ingredients are huge. You know, and the more I
P&L
watch,
sheets, everything.
yeah, all your profit and loss. The more I watch cooking shows, the more I find that like you're really good chefs, you're great chefs, not even great, maybe just this is just normal. It's every day you're looking for who has the freshest ingredients, going down saying, what is fresh today? Let's negotiate this price. What kind of vegetables are fresh right now?
Yeah.
And it could change every day.
Absolutely.
You're like, tonight we're going to have this on the menu. Let me go to the market. Let me go to my vegetable farmer's market. Let me see what they got. Let me go to GFS. Let me go and see what we have over here. Let's see what is fresh today. And then you say, cool, this is what we're gonna put together. Now, granted, when you're coming up and you go to restaurants like Chili's, you have the same thing all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's very
that's not necessarily
mainstream.
what we're talking about. We're talking about specialized.
Right.
You know, Anthony Vivano opening his own restaurant. And he's the guy at the fish market going, hey, Jim, great to see you again, man. What do we have today?
Yeah,
what did you just catch? What just came in? Oh, we have this, and this. Well, fantastic. Give me a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. Tonight on the menu, we're going to do this, and this.
Yep.
So when everybody shows up to the restaurant that night, could be a totally different menu than it is the next night, than it is the next week, than it is the week after that, and everything is used.
And those I find are usually the restaurants that I like to return to.
Yeah.
Especially when they have a rotating menu.
Absolutely.
Like if they have a couple, I know we call
Yeah.
them the stars of the menu.
Yeah, your foundation, kind of like your pillars.
But then you have a few rotating pieces that you can come out. So I never see the same
Right.
things twice on the entire menu.
Yeah. And one thing we talked a little bit about earlier, and I kind of want to touch on, is being resourceful with all your food. You know, not letting anything go to waste, using everything as much as you can.
Absolutely.
You know, we were just talking about whatever is left over from when you cook the pork loin.
All the drippings.
And all the drippings and everything.
Pan gravy right there.
Exactly. Use as much as you can. You know, and restaurants do the exact same thing. They say, okay, we have 3 pounds of this. They're going to use 3 pounds of this, no matter what dish it goes in. They're going to figure out how to use it, how to put it together. Even trimmings. Oh, this steak is a little awkward. Let me go ahead and slice that off. And this part right here goes into a stew.
Right.
It goes somewhere else. So everything is going to be resourced as much as we can.
Yeah.
And we love that. And we don't want anything to go to waste at all. You know, which is kind of like a big part of being a resourceful chef and cook, and especially when it comes to running a restaurant and your P&L. You paid for it. You better make money on it.
Yeah, and your two biggest costs in a restaurant, your labor costs, your food costs.
Yeah.
Everything else. So if you're not getting those things right,
you're not going to stay open.
You're
going to
be in trouble. So
yeah, exactly. If you get those two things right, you may survive.
Yeah.
It doesn't even mean you'll thrive. You'll just survive.
Right.
But then if you want to thrive, now that's where the personality comes in. That's where the marketing and advertising. That's where being ingenious comes in and switching this up and trying this, and then leaning on your local community and having those regulars come back and building those relationships and have them bring their friends.
Right.
You know, like, okay, now we're building a community. Now we're building a relationship. And those people, your return people, those are the ones who keep you alive. Those are the ones who keep you going. Whoa. Patrick Arts, what's up, dog?
Pat.
Look at the luscious locks on Billy and the man bun on Dane. A little jealous of most of the hair on my head grows on my face. Well, dude, this is all I can do. I can't do this at all.
Yeah, I don't have that.
If I do it here, it looks weird. It's kind of like, so we can't do what you do, Patrick. We're not able to do it. And I do this because some people can't. They're like, Billy, why do you grow your hair out? Because there are other people that wish they could.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it for them.
Right.
And I want to donate it, of course. You know, so it's like, let me grow it out. But I'm glad we're rocking the long hair, because you got pretty long hair, dude.
Yeah.
This man is fantastic at putting a man bun together. You have no idea how much hair is actually in that man bun that you see. Like, it's probably well down past his shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Well past my shoulder. About midway through my back.
Really?
Yeah.
Is donation in your future? What are you thinking?
I have donated before, but then once I cut it off, I missed it a great deal, and it took me years to get up the courage to grow it back.
I hear you. It becomes part of your identity.
Yeah,
it does become part of your identity. You know, I'm happy that I can do this. The one thing is, it's very heavy. Like, I have very, very heavy hair.
Yeah.
I get some natural curls. Don't get me wrong. I'm very fortunate, but also, man, it's a lot of work sometimes.
Yeah,
you know, it's but I feel that I need to. It's my responsibility. If you have the ability, you have the responsibility. That's just the way it is. That's how I feel. So Dane has the ability to cook fantastic food. It's his responsibility to cook fantastic food. But he doesn't stop there. He educates other people how to do it as well.
I try.
And how long have you been an educator?
This is my 7th year teaching.
Wow. Now, we talked a little bit about it. You didn't necessarily think that was going to be the path that kind of the universe had taken you, and then you found out you were a teacher.
Yeah.
You were like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, I was at Universal Studios before I got into teaching, and then just down the line, my wife's an educator, and I heard about culinary education through my wife and the school that she was at the time. and then it all just grew and grew and grew. And actually, I went and shadowed the chef instructor at the school she was at just to see what it was like. And I spoke with the kids, and so I kind of dig this. This is really cool.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a big part of it is the opportunity to be able to be inspirational. You know,
that and just play with food.
That. Yeah. Well, honestly, the pizza you made, that sounds fantastic with the chorizo and the pumpkin and like the onions, and that just sounds delicious, dude.
I don't know if it's much. It's just the food or like knives and swearing. I'm not sure.
Not so much at Lyman.
No.
Knives, no swearing. But the restaurant industry itself.
Yes.
I will say this: there is something about the environment of a restaurant, the hustle and the bustle, the personalities, like the energy. Like
Right.
there is something about that hustle and bustle. When I stepped away from it, that was one of the things that I missed. Was just you moved. You moved and you work together as a team, and you're talking and you're learning. You're not putting up with anybody's bullshit. They teach you how to be strong.
Right.
They teach you how to stand up for yourself. Because if you walk into a kitchen and you're weak, come on now. You're
not gonna stay there long.
No, you're not going to stay there long. You'll be out. We'll be covering your shifts real fast.
Yeah,
real fast. But now you've been in education for 7 years now. Mm-hmm. Nice, dude, and loving it, having a great time. And now you're running it. Running the culinary department in Lyman. Is that what's going on here?
I'm running the Pro Start end, which is the competition side.
Nice.
And then my co-instructor is handling everything else in that it's involved. It's still, like I said, it's a young program, brand new, so we're still forging ahead.
That's awesome that you're at the age that these kids are. They're looking at it with a competitive edge.
Oh, absolutely.
They're looking at how do we compete. How do we go to these competitions? And one of the things that kind of pushes the competitions is the ability to get funding for it.
Correct.
And the pies is one of the abilities that you guys have to fund the program itself.
Oh, 100%.
Nice. And you guys are coming up with other ways to be able to fund it.
I'm looking into catering opportunities through the school with the athletics department, doing end of the year banquets and things like that.
Nice.
Luncheons for the principal. When he has meetings, things like that.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. And like you said, still kind of a budding program.
Yep.
Still fairly young compared to Winter Springs, which is 2 decades.
Yes.
You're 6 years into this one.
Correct.
Which is still good. Lasting 6 years, that ain't easy.
Yeah.
You know, and they're still moving, they're grooving, they're growing, and they're evolving. And they bring in somebody like you in who comes from a school that has 20-year experience, saying, man, you've got a wealth of knowledge. Let's see if we can tap into that and see what we can do here.
Correct.
Nice, dude. And joining you on Friday night is Anthony Vivano, who has competed with you before.
Competed for me and with me, and was my student for all 4 years in high school. And
Apple.
Yeah, Apple. My Apple.
I'm excited to meet Apple. I'm excited, man. It should be a good show on Friday. It's going to be great.
He's wonderful.
We got some brand new music for you. We're going to have Chef Dane. Anthony Vivano is going to be in the house. We're going to have a house full of people that are hungry and ready to rock and roll. They are part of the event. They all see the menu. If you guys are in the Central Florida area, you can drive around and you can see the very own Dane Brevoort just looking fantastic right there, baby. You're going to see him all over some billboards in Central Florida, pushing for Anthony, pushing for Chef Dane, seeing Friday night with a beautiful, beautiful fall menu coming out. Plus, we're going to have several different pies. We're going to talk about Lyman, talk about the culinary program itself. We'll actually get to meet and chat with Anthony Vivona, a.k.a. APPLE, which I'm really, really excited for. We're going to have a good time on Friday night. Again, some brand new food, kicking off Season 7. Chef Dane Brevoort joining us, which is going to be awesome. We got some new music as well, some new technology, some new stuff moving Season 7 for Kitchen Killers forward. We had a great anniversary party. That was the last time we were live. It was August 11. A great time. Winter Park was absolutely awesome. Everybody was great. Our whole staff and crew was great.
I love that venue.
Oh yeah, Winter Park at Farmers Market was glorious. Absolutely, it was exactly what we needed. Exactly what we needed. We had some really great people on stage. We had Landon Nolan, we had Chartreuse Sam, we had Garrett Manning. Running all of our sound was Zach Cabral from Castledore Studios. We had our staff. We had Michelle Hess. We had Nathan Druin, who built a staircase in the driveway or in the parking lot to make sure people could get on and off the stage. Mom and Papa Floyd were in the house. We had people helping us with our merchandise. We had Josh Mullis, the Magic Foot, running around selling raffle tickets. He didn't even know what he was selling raffle tickets to. But he wanted to help. So Magic Foot, and Magic Foot's been part of the program. We've been friends for like 6-7 years. You know, he's cooked so many times in this kitchen. We've crashed every kitchen he's owned. He walks in, goes, "What can I do to help?" Walks up, sees raffle tickets. He goes, "I'm going to start selling these." He doesn't even know why he's selling them. He's like, "How much are they? $1 a piece? Fantastic. Hey, who wants raffle tickets?" He's like, "What are we doing?"
Right on.
But it was awesome. We had Fantastic vendors. We had Corner Cafe. Chef Michael O'Brien out of Sanford was there. We had Luscious Laney Lerner bringing some fantastic cornbread cake, which was awesome. That went really fast. We had Michael Conway with Conway Campfire Chili. We had Bang Bread. We had Just Pie. We had, we had our whiskey sponsor and our bourbon sponsor as well, Iron Smoke. Yep. They were there. We had Shark Tooth Sam doing some Armenian food, which is absolutely delicious. And some great people helped us out. Amazing team, amazing staff. It was a beautiful day. The weather was great. The ambiance was great. The event was fantastic. Yeah. Like, everybody did such a good job. And I'm sure there's people that I'm not thanking, and I apologize. But man, we had so many people there that night just to see everything come together. Jeff Lerner donated the stage. So nice. We had a stage because of Jeff Lerner, a good friend of ours. Laney Lerner, she was one that was offering the cornbread cake. And we also had Sweet Cups cookies there with those big gourmet cookies. Bro,
that Oreo one was
we crashed his kitchen the Friday before that.
Okay.
And at the end of the show, he points on the wall, and there's nothing on the wall. He goes, "Look at that." And I went, am I missing something? He goes, "There's a space right there." And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to hang a guitar there? Put some Kitchen Killers stuff up here?" And I went, "You bet your ass I do. I'll sign a guitar. We'll make a Kitchen Killers guitar. We'll get it up on the wall at Sweet Cups."
Right on.
Then he donated all these incredible cookies for us to bring to our anniversary show.
That's great.
A lot of people worked really hard. Winter Park Police Department was there.
Yep.
And I got to meet those guys. They were fantastic. I talked to them right after the show, and it was about 10:30. We had them till 11. And he said, "Hey man, I see things kind of chilling out. Do you need us to wait, or are we okay to go?" I said, "No, you guys are good. Everybody here's family and friends. Nobody's going to cause any problems. And if they'll do, I'll kick their ass.
Right on.
We're totally fine. Everybody's good." So they were sitting there for a second, and one officer looks at the other. He goes, "Ask him." He goes, "You ask him." He's like, "No, you ask him." And I'm going, "Okay, what's going on? Yeah. I'm not in trouble, am I? Everything okay?"
Right.
They go, "Okay, what is Kitchen Killers? What is this? We've never seen anything like this before." And so I told them. They go, "Man, that's incredible. That is awesome. We're seeing you. We're seeing all the food and all the music. We're like, what is going on here? We've never worked an event like this before."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, this is what we do." And the guy's like, "You travel to kitchens?" I go, "Yeah, man. We've been in over 300 kitchens." And he goes, "Would you come to my kitchen?" And I went, "Absolutely." He's like, "My wife is from Guyana, and she loves to cook and host parties."
Nice.
And I said, "Dude, let's do it. Let's set up a Friday night. We'll go and visit you guys. Bring your friends and family. We'll do." And they're like, "How much do you charge?" I go, "I do it for free." They go, "What?" I go, "Yeah, we do it for tips and merch. So if you guys enjoy what you hear, feed Tipsy. Give us some tips. If you enjoy it, that's what powers the whole thing. Right. If you don't enjoy what you hear, you don't give us anything." And he's like, "Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a good time." I said, "Well, that tells me you're going to pay us some money, which is fantastic, and buy some merchandise." So he liked Mr. Toasty. We had Mr. Toasty on the aprons. He fell in love with that. We had a badge. I gave him a badge. He was like, "Can I have that?" Well, here you go. So we made friends with the cops. They were awesome. Winter Park Police Department was absolutely fantastic.
The whole thing was fantastic.
It was a really good night. Everybody came together, worked really hard. And that was the last time we were live. Then after that, it was like, man, because we planned so long for that.
Right.
It was like you buy Christmas presents for like 2 months and build up. You have Christmas Day. A couple hours later, like, wow, man, the come down stuff. The next day was so quiet, because like everything was done. And we're just like,
sure. I mean,
wow. And then we got to reflect. And it was such a good event. It was the first time we'd ever had a paid event ever in 6 years.
Really?
300 shows for free. First time we ever had a ticketed event.
I never realized that.
Yeah, we streamed it live, of course, and that was free. But yeah, to actually come was a ticketed event, and we had such a great time. We're going to do the same thing next year. We might do the same venue. We had a couple of the venues actually reach out because they saw the broadcast and they were very interested in what we were doing. They wanted to work with us as well.
Good deal.
So the anniversary party coming up this August, people are like, "Yo, you need to start talking to people before a month or 2 months out." Like,
right.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Start it right now so people know what's up. And I was like, well, that's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. We're going to pull up the date. We're going to put it on the Post-it note. Let's jump. There it is right there. So it's going to be August 9th.
Okay.
That's going to be it. So our anniversary party is going to be August 9th, 2024. And now we have a couple locations to choose from. But last year proved the concept. Everybody did a great job. We had a great staff. We had a great team. Everybody worked really, really, really hard. The cricket cut that we have worked really hard here. Overtime. Michelle Hess cricketed everything in the whole wide world. She'll build your house out of a cricket. I mean, this girl put in, no joke, probably well over 100 hours. Just in making the stoves and making the shirts and making all of our merchandise. Like, she was not joking
the
around.
merch tent was like
overflowing. She was not playing around, man. We had a great anniversary party. A lot of people worked really, really hard. And a huge shout out to you guys for making it possible. I was absolutely blessed. The Commodore came and joined us as well. He played a couple songs. It's always good to hear. He's such a fantastic musician. It was really, really nice to see the family and friends come together. There were a couple of people that weren't there that I wish were there, but they couldn't make it. You're in my heart, of course. I sang for you. But for everybody that was there, just a warm, awesome family. You know, and I was
times.
telling the officers, I said, tonight's no troublemakers, man. We are all family. We're all friends. We've all worked with each other. We've been in each other's houses. We've celebrated holidays and birthdays and marriages and weddings and stuff like that with each other. All really, really good people. You know, so, and then we took 2 months off, and now we're back. First show live now. First show this Friday. Chef Dane Brevoort, Anthony Vivano in the kitchen, representing Lyman High School. We're going to chat a little bit about that and the culinary program that's going on. We're going to talk about the pies.
Yes.
We're rocking some Voodoo Chef right now. We got a little Voodoo Chef right here. We got the pig jig coming up this Saturday, which I'm super stoked about. I've been working out. I've been training.
It's like this. It's like this.
Yeah,
Not
I just been working out. No food, yes food. No food, no food, yes food. Yeah, no food, yes food. You know, last year was mind blowing. I mean, the question wasn't, and people were, one of my friends goes, man, was it good? I said, dude, it was all good. There was nothing that was less than awesome. But it wasn't about, are you awesome? It was, are you the most awesome? Like, fantastic food.
I think the one thing I'm still trying to wrap my head around a year later was the smoked deviled eggs.
Oh, absolutely.
They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it never even dawned on me to attempt that.
Yeah. But then you were like, huh.
'Cause who doesn't make deviled eggs? But then
Smoke them?
Smoke them?
That's
Okay.
Let me try that.
Now to try that. Yeah. Now, like, where's my mesquite?
Yeah, we got to do it now.
Yeah.
I agree. Nathan June says Conway made the 3D printed coins. Yeah, absolutely. So we had gold 3D printed coins for our VIP. This had 6-year anniversary on them. He resin printed all of those. You know, so we had like gold magnetic 3D or magnetic resin printed anniversary coins that went to our VIP members, who also got the badges, the Mr. Toasty badges. They got the Kitchen Killers stoves, and inside the stove we had badges and we had pins and we had coins and like all this really cool stuff for all our VIP members. But a fantastic time at the anniversary show. Coming back live right now with Chef Dane Brevoort. We're going to have him in the house this Friday with Anthony Vivano, up and coming chef, soon to be restaurateur, but currently a culinary student. And in the collegiate level.
Yep. Right here in the Central Florida area at Valencia College.
Man, so this is home court.
Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah.
Nice. That is awesome. So that's going to be Friday night at 9:05. Make sure you guys tune in. For all of you that are joining us that evening, please make sure you get here before 8:30. We have a lot of show prep to do after 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We're moving really quick. We're making sure the kitchen's clear. We're getting everything set up, lights, camera, magic, all that good stuff. So for those of you that are coming to join us, which again, we are maxed out, if you have not already received a confirmation, then we may not have food. You can't come next month. You can show up, but we don't know. We have no idea because it's a very limited menu, specifically for people. Just the quality of the food, and we want to make sure that the chefs know how many covers they have. Make sure they know how much food they have. Make sure they can prep properly. Make sure they can store and travel and transfer everything properly.
Correct.
So to have an amorphous number isn't beneficial for anybody. So we're keeping it nice and tight. 15 people, and again, within one day we had 22 invitations. Within 24 hours it was full. Nice. That was it. So we've had a couple people ask already, and I'm like, maybe next month. But we'll have Chef Dane Brevoort back again. So
I'm
after this
around.
Friday. Absolutely. He's not that far away. So Chef Dane and I have been talking about teaming up on a couple things this season.
Yep.
And now it looks like we may be chatting about a Kitchen Killers cookbook.
Yeah, well, let's get down on it.
Which I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
So real quick before we leave, I'm going to give Chef Dane about 30 seconds here to chat a little bit about the culinary program, where you can find him, where you can find some information. I need to run to the garage and grab my guitar. Do you mind borrowing the microphone for about 30 seconds?
Sure.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the fantastic Chef Dane Brevoort.
So, thanks, Billy. So what we're doing at not Winter Springs, at Lyman, we're going to be having a holiday pie sale. Those will be on sale starting next week, and I will have the information to Billy by Friday so we can promote that during the Friday night show. From there, he'll have the QR code, and you can put that up there for all of you if you are interested in buying any pies. They are by pickup only at the high school, which is located on Ronald Reagan over there in Seminole County. And they'll be able to be picked up the few days before we go for the Thanksgiving holiday. So right in time for you to bring them to your holiday festivities.
Man, that's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
That's so good. Dude, I'm excited for the whole menu on Friday night. I'm really excited for the pie. However,
Oh, they're going to be great.
dude, it's going to be fantastic. I'm super, super excited. Who doesn't like pie? And just everything that you're making it with, the espresso whipped cream, stop it, get out of here. Good job, Mary and Kurt. That was a great recommendation.
I like it.
So, yeah, I interrupted. I'm sorry. We were talking about pie, and I got distracted. What else you got going on?
Right now, that's all. I'm still working on getting some more catering functions for the school.
Nice.
Seeing what we can do inside and outside of the school as well. And if I come up with anything, I will obviously let you know.
So when you guys do catering, you're talking about the students?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, it's all student based.
So you guys do full catering events, but the students take care of everything?
Yeah, we had a countywide meeting that was about, I think it was 80 or 90 strong.
Wow.
At the beginning of the school year, and it was all done by my culinary level 4 seniors.
No way.
They
and that's another way to fund the program.
Correct. And they did a full breakfast buffet for this meeting that we had on campus in the auditorium.
Man, that's awesome.
So,
and I like how you have the open availability to kind of come up with whatever program you think could drive funding to the program itself. You're like, what can we come up with? Let's do catering. What can we come up with? Let's do pies. Yeah. What can we come up with? Let's do whatever. You know.
Yeah, if it's something that will benefit not only the program financially, but it's also going to benefit the students as they get the ability to learn these different dishes that we're making them through the fundraising.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say is the percentage of students that graduate from a culinary program in your experience that go on and actually step into the culinary career?
Unfortunately, it's very small. I think maybe in the last 6-7 years, I've had under 20 kids.
Really?
That took it to the next step.
Really took it like an Anthony Vivano.
Yeah.
Which is why he's going to be here on Friday night. That's going to be so awesome, dude. We got Nathan Druin saying, I live in Sebring. Coming to pick up a pie would cost me more in gas and time. Tonight, can I buy pies to donate?
Absolutely.
Dude, you can buy pies to do whatever. Buy 20 pies.
Yeah.
Buy 120 pies and donate them to all the people. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. 100%, man. Please donate the pies. You can even sell the pies, whatever. They're your pies, sir.
Right.
After you buy the pies, they're not our pies anymore.
Right.
They're your pies. You know? So if you want to scalp the pies, scalp the pies.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. But also, remember, Lyman High School. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build the culinary department. So at least take a fraction of what you're scalping it for and toss it over to Chef B. Then we encourage the scalping.
Right.
Well, I got a jam for you and play for you guys. Then I'm going to go ahead and GTFO. I got some, have 147 chicken wings inside the refrigerator that I need to eat. I need to bag the rest of them. Plus, me and Chef Dane are going to chat about this Kitchen Killers cookbook idea we have. Do you want to hang out with me for a second while I play a jam?
Absolutely.
Sweet Baby Ray, man. This is a brand new one. I don't think anybody's heard it. But I hope you guys enjoy it. This is called, right now it's called Jasmine. I hope you guys like it. I think I played it for our Patreon patrons, but not even all the way through. So we're going to see how it goes. Let's make sure you guys can hear this, because I don't know. Let's do a little of that guy right there. Do I want to share that? No, I don't. However, let's see what we got. Got it. There we go. That's what I needed. Sweet Baby Ray. That works. Beautiful. Little did I doubt this doubt that I've been having, that I cross your mind while random things are happening, that I appear in morning dreams, both of us laughing. Do you feel the same? Come away with me, my darling, let's leave all of this behind. Escape with me tonight. Let's let the world behind us leave us as we venture bound for Venus. Get lost upon the stars. Oh, won't you come? Oh, won't you come with me tonight? I've been missing you like Jasmine misses moonlight. I've been waking up in sweats recalling my life. The bridges, distances and too wide. I'm just a tap away. Bring me up a frosted room with a gentle light from you, reaching out to say hello. You had to hear my voice in tune, I had to hear the same from you, that loving undertone. Let's move on from what's behind us as we build upon a new us with the knowledge we acquired. Oh, won't you come? Oh, won't you come with me tonight? Oh, won't you come with me tonight? Come away with me, my darling, let's leave all of this behind. Escape with me tonight. Let's let the world behind us leave us as we venture bound for Venus and get lost upon the stars. Oh, won't you come? Oh, won't you come with me tonight? Little did I doubt this doubt that I've been having, that I cross your mind while random things are happening. Are you missing me like moonlight, Mrs. Jasmine? Do you feel the same? Yeah. What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining, man. Thank you, Chef Dane. I appreciate you joining me tonight, dude. Super cool. Make sure you check us out 9:05 Friday night. Chef Dane Brevoort in the house with Anthony Vivano. We're going to be here with some delicious stuff, some absolutely fantastic foods. We're doing the stuffed pork loin, which is going to be absolutely out of this world. We're doing the butternut bruschetta. Yes. With the ricotta mixed with the Italian seasonings. Then we're going to have some of the onions on top and the balsamic, and we're going to have some of the squash on the crostini. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And that is going to be infused with garlic. Yes. Oh. Then we're going to have 37 pies.
Yeah, 1 million pies.
1 million pies.
Million.
So we're doing a cream pie, a coconut cream pie?
Coconut cream pie.
Coconut cream pie.
Chocolate pie.
Chocolate pie.
Dutch apple.
Dutch apple pie.
And then the pumpkin.
And then the pumpkin.
Yeah.
We're going to have a fantastic fall menu this Friday, 9:05. Make sure you tune in for our Season 7 kickoff premiere Friday night. We're starting it tonight with Chef Dane Brevoort chatting about what's going to happen this Friday. And we also, now on the Post-it note, Kitchen Killers Cookbook. It's been asked many, many times. People have asked us and asked us for years and years and years. Thank you guys for asking again. I think this would be a great goal to set. I absolutely think we could do something like this. We could put something fantastic together. It'd be awesome to partner up with you and
I'm in.
Put something together, and we'll make it happen for you. So this is kind of how this project works. You guys make recommendations on top of the recommendations that we make. Then we take all those recommendations and we put them together, and we make it happen. And I like it. Billy provides when I ask. You're welcome. Asking you shall receive. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you very much. Any final words for him, Mr. Brevoort, Chef B?
Just get ready for Friday. Have your taste buds ready.
Have your taste buds ready. And again, if you're joining us this Friday, please show up before 8:30. We do our best to make sure that the kitchen is clear for everybody that's operating. Lights, camera, everything is set up and ready to rock and roll. You're by all means more than welcome to come by anytime before that, as long as it's after 6 p.m., between 6 p.m., and please try to get here before 8:30. It's bound to be a fantastic night with an incredible menu kicking off Season 7 for Kitchen Killers, touring acoustic project, crashing kitchens around the country. I do it every Friday, and I do it for free. We'll talk to you guys soon. Chef Dane, thank you so much for joining us again, my man. I'm excited to chat with you about this cookbook. Guys, we shall chat with you. That song you heard was Jasmine. You'll be hearing it shortly as well. We got a lot to catch up on, a lot happening in Season 7. We are moving and grooving. We're booked all the way through the rest of the year already, and we're booking into February and March. So keep in touch. If you enjoy the project, please share it. Find us all over social media, and we will talk to you guys soon. You guys stay out of trouble. Have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you Friday at 9:05.